Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne. How are you? And for those of you looking for the spot to talk about retirement savings, you are indeed in the correct place. Glad to have you. If you want to join this community, just think about it. We'll talk about it at the end. But for now, just enjoy this episode, okay? So we're going to start this the way we always do, by me asking you, how are you doing? How are you faring? How is it going? I know things can be challenging. They're challenging for all of us more than likely. And I just want to take a moment to make sure you are okay. We're all busy. We're running past each other. We never stop. Well, I won't say never, but oftentimes don't stop to just ask other people how they're doing and just really being present for them. Because, we can all have a bad day, and to have somebody acknowledge that just means the world. It's just wonderful. So, this is just me checking on you, letting you know that we're thinking about you and wishing for your success, wishing for all good things. And if there's anything you want to communicate with this community, by all means, feel free to do so. I love when people drop me a note. It just lets me know I'm on the right track and that it's something that touches something in all of us. So, yeah, by all means, reach out, okay? So, how is it going with me? For the most part, good. You guys know me in this list, right? Keeping track of my life, my financial life. The first line, for those of you who've been around for a while, know that is the income, what I bring in for the month. That very next line is pay yourself first. And by that, when I get my paycheck, it's already less my retirement savings. So my net is what I'm working with. So in addition to that, I save money for insurance premiums because I pay those every 6 months. Emergency savings, I set aside money for taxes, and I set aside money to, if we wanted to go on vacation, just making sure that I have that because I will use a credit card. It's convenient. That's really very good, but it gets paid off every single month. And I just keep track of all of that because the last thing I want to do is overspend. Having more go out than is coming in, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for any of us. So it just keeps me honest to have this list going. And some of my expenses have changed. And so I find I do this. It kind of depends. I can go 6 months without making any changes, or maybe a month or two. It just whatever has come up. I had some medical expenses I kind of wasn't really expecting. So I have set aside money for that. So just all these things. I just want to be present with my expenses. So just make sure that it is something that you try as well. Or I hope that you will try it as well. So, that's just something I'm working with and just wanted to share that with all of you. Now, we have been talking about the Millionaire Next Door. Love it. It just makes me aware of different things. And if you haven't bought the book, don't worry about it. We're going to touch on a lot of different things here. So, no worries. It's a great book. If you are thinking maybe I might like to get it. I recommend it, but you see what you think. We're going to talk about different things. So that is okay. And I guess what I'm wondering today is, how are you doing on your journey? Have you set up the retirement account? I'm hopeful that you have, because every day we missed is a missed opportunity to secure our financial future. So I'm hopeful that you've begun to do that. You've talked to your HR department and you've set it up. People ask me, well, how much do I start with? Well, kind of up to you. If you're going to press me, at the very, very least 5%. Start there. I started at 10%. I don't remember what year it was, but I was making $47,000, and I decided to put 10% away in my retirement account. And I'm not going to lie to you, I felt it. I did. I found that I needed to make some adjustments. And after a while, it didn't take very long. You adjusted things, and then all of a sudden it all made sense. It didn't bother me anymore. I was living off the rest of the money, and it was fine. It was just, like I said, it was just that adjustment. And once I got past that, I was able to move forward. So how is that going with all of you? I'm just, throwing it out there, just kind of wondering, is anybody struggling with the savings plan? And you really do have to make this list, because the first time I took this out, and however you choose to keep track of it, that's up to you. Some people prefer the electronic method. It doesn't matter what you use, just so long as you are staying on top of it. So, I've had some people say it's a struggle, and I totally get it. Listen, I do these, because I didn't have anybody to talk to coming up. I won't even say figuring it all out, but I struggled through it to kind of find a way to get to the other side. So I am not a CPA. I am not a money manager, just graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. And I'm just sharing with you the kinds of things that I've learned over the years. So that's pretty much what this is all about. So just kind of wondering how it is all working out for you. And one of the reasons I had to kind of update my expenses is just all these things, because I told you about my coffee, how it went up, how lots of different things, I'm trying to think, what did I buy? I can't recall. I know what it was. So one of my supplements I purchased, and it's always been around 20 bucks, somewhere around that. And I would look for sales. And so I went to get this supplement not too long ago. It wasn't dropping in price, so I was going to have to pay full price. So instead of the $20 I normally spend on this item, and it's 3 to 4 months supply, something like that. And instead of my normal 20 bucks, it was at 26. I'm like, what on earth could have made it go up $6 in 6 months? It's like, well, why? Then I turned the box over and I looked at it, product of Germany. Now, I don't know specifically what the tariffs are on Germany. Different countries there's a different tariff that's imposed on them, and we're paying those tariffs. If anybody says that they are being passed along to the countries, no, they're not. They're being passed along to you, to me. And so that's why my item it originated in Germany, went up $6 in 6 months. So, there's just these things we just have to try to work through. So do the best you can. And if you have some questions, reach out. And somebody here may have experienced it, and we're more than happy to help out. Okay? So, over our time together, I've been doing these about 1.5 years now, I will say things like that, like I make $45,000 a year, I'm putting away 10%. How much will I have at retirement? And I decided to do it again and to share with you what I discovered. And what I've said from the beginning, the earlier you start this whole process of saving for retirement, the better. Okay? So what I did was I put in, I make $45,000. And you can do it in Google. You can do it in Chat GPT. What are some of the other AI platforms? Just, you put the information in and see what it spits out. So I asked, Copilot is what I used. Said, I make $45,000 a year. I want to put 10% of my pay away and just wondered what that would look like. So what I did was I wondered what, okay, so if I was making $45,000, that would be $4,500 a year. And then I said, I want to put away $375 a month. Now, if you divide that into two paychecks, so 187.50 is what it came up to. So if I was contributing 187.50 two times a month, and then I just said for 45 years, how much would I have? Because we're all saying things like, I don't make that much money. I can't save enough for retirement. And this exercise shows you, oh, yes, you can. It's not how much you make, it's how much you save and how much you save consistently. Because if you do this 187.50 two times a month for 45 years, so this person started at 20, whatever, just keep it going and consistently. And do you have any idea? Because what I said was 187.50 two times a month for 45 years. How much? Oh, and I also said I was earning 5%. Now that's just a guesstimate. I have made more than that over the years, but you can probably count on 5%. So I just kept it low, and I said, what if I was putting this money in at a 5% interest rate? How much would I have at the end of the 45 years? Have any idea what that would be? You would be amazed, folks. Absolutely amazed. So what it did is it calculated it for me, and it said I would have around $809,000 at the end of that 45 years. Does that surprise you? I've done this long enough that there was no real surprise that you can have a phenomenal amount of money starting early and consistently. Did you ever think that that was possible? I'm just throwing it out there for you. $809,000 you could have having started at 20 years of age for 45 years, so that gets you to 65. And not that people are really retiring at 65 anyway, that was like 50 years ago. A lot of people are choosing to work longer so that they can have more money to put into their account. So, like I said, the earlier you start, the better. But no matter where you are in your journey, as long as you start, that's really all we can do. Don't look at what you woulda, coulda, shoulda done. Don't do that to yourself. I don't have anywhere near that, but I'm very happy that I started when I did, and between what I've saved and what I can expect with Social Security and the small pension that I have, that I will be doing just fine. And just remember that for yourself. Just wherever you are now, just get started. And if you need any help, if you have any questions, reach out. We're more than happy to help you. Okay? And with that, we're going to get ready to wind this up, because I like to keep this in the 15-minute range. I know you guys are busy. I got stuff to do, but I always want to just check in with you whenever I'm thinking about it and let you know I'm thinking about you, wishing the best for you. So, remember at the very beginning, I said, if you are not a member of this community, think about it. It's completely and totally free. I will never charge for this content, for us to have this time together. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to share, and I'm hopeful that you are getting something from it. So when I produce these episodes, you'll get it. So review it, share with the community if you choose to. Secondly, somebody out there who's struggling. We all know somebody we can just forward these off to so that they can see them as well. And then finally, you can just file these away and kind of look at them whenever is good for you. Just get started. Whatever you do, just look out for your future. That's all we can do is look out for our future. And with that, please be good to yourselves, be good to each other. You know, it's challenging in every facet of our lives, right? But we got to look out for each other because we're all we've got. We are our own support system. So just look out for one another, please, okay? And with that, I thank you once again for joining me for Get Your Money Right with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne, and until next time, okay, you take care. Bye-bye.